All anime figure categories. Hello everyone and welcome, I'm Polen, and in this video I'll be talking about all anime figure categories, what are the most popular figure types in every category, and I'll explain the differences between them. Let's now start with the first category, articulated figures. Articulated figures are, just like the name says, articulated. They are figures that have body parts that can move, and very often these figures also have different body parts that can be swapped. Other names for this category are action figures and dolls. Some popular figure lines that are in this category are Nendroids. These are small, around 10 cm tall, chibi-style figures made by Good Smile Company. They have often lots of alternative body parts and accessories that can be swapped. Nendroids are unable to stand on their own and so require a support piece to be able to stand. Nendroids are very often more limited in their amount of movement than other figures in this category, however it depends a lot on the Nendroid, and what kind of joint a Nendroid has, as different joints allow for different amounts of movement. Unfortunately, very often the bigger amount of movement a Nendroid has, the uglier it looks. Next we have Nendroid dolls. These chibi figures are around 14 cm in height and are also made by Good Smile Company. They are more like normal dolls than Nendroids. They have articulated doll-like bodies and they have clothes made out of fabric. The only thing Nendroid dolls have in common with normal Nendroids are the heads. Next figure line is Figma. These are highly articulated figures made by Max Factory. They are usually between 13 and 16 cm tall. Unlike Nendroids, they have normal body proportions, but just like Nendroids, they have alternative body parts and accessories that can be swapped. And the next figure line in this category is cu-poche. This is another chibi figure line, but this one is made by Kotobukiya. These are very similar to Nendroids. The main difference is that they are a little bit taller at around 11 or 12 centimeters. And they have more articulation than Nendroids, but not as much as Nendroid dolls. And the next figure line is Real Action Heroes. These are dolls made by Medicom Toy. Most, if not all of them, are in 1/6 scale, and they also have alternative parts like hands and faceplates. There's a lot more figure lines in this category, but there's too many to talk about all of them. So I'm going to move on to the next category, Prepainted Figures. Just like the name says, this is a category of figures that are already pre-painted when you buy them. The only difference between this category and the previous one is that figures in this category can't move. However, they can still have alternative body parts or accessories that can be swapped. Now, pretty much every company has at least a couple figure lines in this category, so I'm not going to talk about figure lines. Instead, I'll discuss all the subcategories of this category. So, let's start with prize figures. Prize figures are usually around 20 cm tall. They are often very simple and don't have as many details as figures in other subcategories, so their price is also much lower. They can be bought at stores, but are also generally awarded in things like claw or crane machines. The most popular companies making prize figures are Bandai Spirits, Sega, and Taito. Next we have scale figures. These are figures that are in proportion to the real size of a character. Most scale figures are in 1/4, 1/6, 1/7, and 1/8 scale. There are also some in other scales like 1/3 and 1/5, and rarely you can also find figures in half scale and life size. Scale figures are usually on the more expensive side, but are also more detailed and have a higher quality than figures in other categories. I should probably also mention that there are some articulated scale figures, however these are part of the articulated figures category. Next subcategory is non-scale figures. These figures are not to any specific scale, so their sizes vary a lot. The quality of these figures also varies. Some might be very simple, while others are as detailed as scale figures. If you're wondering why prize figures are a separate subcategory and not part of this one, it's because non-scale figures in this subcategory can't be awarded in claw or crane machines. Some figure lines in this category are, for example, Pop-Up Parade by Good Smile Company, Figure Arts Zero by Bandai Spirits, and GEM by Mega House. And the last subcategory is cast-off figures. Figures in this subcategory can be scale and non-scale. The only difference between figures in this subcategory and figures in the other ones is that cast-off figures have removable parts, and when these parts are removed, the top part, or the bottom part, or the entire figure becomes nude. This means that, for example, a figure with only a removable skirt is not considered cast-off, unless the figure's underwear can also be removed to allow the bottom part of the figure to be completely naked. Now let's move on to the next category, trade-in figures. Trade-in figures are, for example, capsule toys or candy toys. They are very small and cheap figures or toys that come in blinded boxes, but most of them can also be purchased separately in stores. Some figure lines that fall into this category are, for example, Figure Arts Mini by Bandai Spirits or Medichu by Fat Company. And the next category of figures is garage kits. These are unassembled and not painted resin figures. They can be in scale and non-scale. And the last figure category is model kits. Model kits are unassembled and not painted plastic models. These can be models of robots or other machines, or models of characters. Model kits can be articulated or in a fixed pose, some might have stickers or decals, and some are meant to be painted. The most popular model kits are Gunpla, or Gundam plastic models, by Bandai Spirits. There's a lot of different model kits, and they probably have their subcategories, but I don't collect and don't know much about model kits and how exactly they are categorized. And these are all anime figure categories. I hope I have not missed anything. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, please give it a like. I'm posting a new video almost every week, so please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my anime figure unboxings, reviews and other videos. Also, if you want, you can add me on my figure collection, and if you'd like to see pictures of my figures and androids, you can check my Instagram. Links in the description.